Sorry, you guys, to get on so late. I got a new computer and it's like all funky trying to set up the streaming stuff. So I just like double set up. I set it up on that computer, didn't work properly. I went back and had to reset it up on this computer. So I'm super late, guys. I'm sorry. So we had this significant move higher early in the day. Wow, it was just up. I think I did say we were going higher. In the prediction, I said lower, and then I corrected myself in the live, I'm pretty sure. In any case, so we went higher. There's 3 pokes through the same price level, followed by a sharp drop. Looks like it's really like 1, 2, 3. Technically, well, you could say this is the second poke. 1, 2, 3. I would say 3 pokes, and then there's a sharp drop off of the third poke. That's an important price level down here. We'll call the science price level. Hey, Angfin, how you doing? And so then midday crest. Right, so we rally into this crest around. It looks like probably I'm a little early on the prediction there as far as where I probably said like noontime. This looks to be a bit late. Matter of fact, okay, so this is the indolence here, brief peak. Not the best display of it, and then we go into rally mode with this gold bull taking us into the high. I mean, the actual high, I'm pretty sure I nailed because we've got the between noon and 2, but I probably said it was closer to noon. It ended up being like, what, 220. Midday trough as well. We had that midday trough around like 12:30. We had that down pretty well. But so what we should see here is the sideways rotation into the close. There should be a sharp drop here. It'll be like a sharp drop and then a move higher along a diagonal trend line. And breaking through resistance, we might see another peak or crest. I don't think it's going to be a high for the day, but it'll probably stand out like this stands out, or this stands out, or this. I mean, this is the high, obviously it stands out, but this stands out as well. This stands out as well. So we'll probably see something like that right around the close, or form right around the close, or just after the close. Hey, AV1111. Yeah, it seems like the air is much better today. Appreciate it. Yeah, I would say just hold those short positions, Angfin, because we're going to see some lower price levels. We're going to see some lower price levels next week. I would try and get out of the short position on the 12th early in the day if possible. If it looks like you can take a profit there, that's probably where to do it. Because really, I mean, the overall theme is very much to the upside. Very much to the upside. So you want to try and stay with the overall trend direction, like the greater trend direction. You always want to try and trade with the greater trend direction, not counter to it, because that's really where you find yourself in trouble in probabilities. Which day next week should we see the lowest AV? So I think the 12th and the 14th are probably going to be roughly the same low. It's possible that we see a lower price level early in the day on the 16th. The 14th may be lower than the 12th, though, because we have a trade opportunity there on the 14th. We don't see that trade opportunity on the 12th. they're going to be within close price range to each other, I think. And then the 16th is probably going to be a low. Yeah, my bad, guys. So, massive move, a bit in loss. Do you see down next week? Yes, I do see down next week. Especially over the weekend, we should see a significant drop. Caution is advised there. Probably here in the morning is a good place to get out of a short position. If you can get out of the short positions here on Monday and first thing in the morning, I would do that at an important price level around the. A lot of price change, probably a resistance levels met here in the pre-market, and we probably decline to a low, and then there's a big move out of that low around the open, pushing the upper end of a range higher. So you want to be quick about that right around the open, or if you can trade before the open to exit a short position there. Hey, Carolyn. Shop for next week. Pretty big move higher on Monday. Probably if it follows a similar pattern to the S&P, probably out of a drop. There's an important, we push the upper end of the range higher there on Monday. On Tuesday, there's an important resistance level that's highlighted, and we break down from that with consecutively lower spikes up. We see a peak or crest on Wednesday that we sell off through multiple support levels. Bullish price swings, or I should just say price swings on Thursday, and then there's an important trough on a multi-day scale that forms on Friday of next week. Overall trend direction, a lot of price change. It looks like overall's to the upside. And that's shop, guys. So from the 14th till end of June is bullish. I think so. I think the 14th is probably, it may not be the lowest low, but there's, if it's not, and the 16th ends up being lower, which it does look like it could be, it'll be because, like, the trade opportunity will be advised on the 14th rather than the 16th, because there's that fast sudden move higher in between, maybe on the 15th. So we probably want to catch that fast sudden move higher for whatever reason. And we should see more significant move into the upside the week of the 19th to the 23rd. There's a sharp drop there towards the end of the week off of the high. And then we move back to the upside the following week. So I think probably the high on the 23rd, we won't be much higher than that on the 30th. We might be slight, like right around the same price level. We might be a little higher than it, like going into maybe the first day of September, I should say, making this the high for the month of June. First day of August, making this the high for the month of June. So what am I saying? The first day of July. I'm so sorry, guys. So, like, if this is the high for June, we're going to see a higher price level, but it's probably just over the end of the June reading into July where we see that higher price level, if that makes sense. The 13th, the CPI and the interest rate. Oof. Yeah, we're going to see a pretty notable drop there on the 14th, guys. You're welcome, Engton. Hey, Vino Priya, Vino Dini. Any idea for Netflix, please, next week, Monday? Looks like I was off a couple days on that high. More than a couple days on that high. Yikes. Where do you see the second? Here's the second, so I'm definitely off on that high there. The ninth making it a high. I still see decline. We see pretty notable decline, you know, and Netflix has got a lowest low correlating to the 16th there, possibly the 20th or the 21st, but on the from an Eso-Meta standpoint, the correlation is there on the 16th, and that speaks a lot towards what we were talking about for the S&P, where we might have a lower price level on the 16th for whatever reason. So for Monday, Princess of Swords is pretty interesting. As far as directionally, it's kind of a mixed day where there's an important resistance level that's highlighted there. It looks like probably towards the end of the day. So overall, I'm thinking this is probably a bullish day. Yeah, it's an unexpectedly bullish day on the 12th for Netflix. Yeah, I see that. I think probably you see how I have this circled? So it was a little difficult to determine exactly where that highest high was, but I don't think we're far from it. It may actually be the 12th here. The Princess of Swords can sometimes be a top. So can the Ace of Swords and the Seven of, or excuse me, and the Princess of Wands, which is why it makes it a little interesting. We have a correlation here, and then we have some possible toppy cards as well. But I think we're going to see like a mixed week, like where Tuesday's bullish, and maybe the end of Wednesday into the early part of the 15th could be bullish as well. It's going to be mixed. And remember, this decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time, it's crossed with rally that increases with momentum moving forward in time. So I wouldn't say that this reading's not working out. It's just I've got the timing of the high off. There was an opportunity here on the 7th to open up a short position, close it the following day on the 8th. Oh, this is looking pretty solid aside from timing the highs and the lows. The highs and the lows can be very difficult at times to pinpoint, guys. It's not like I can do it every month. But when that fails, the overall chart behavior usually is still pretty solid. What do I think about Amazon? What do you mean, be like overall, or like you want to know like trade, or you want to know the... Hold on a sec, I just had some music pop on here. You want to know like the chart behavior for next week? Like what about Amazon do you want to know, B? Next week, USO looks to be mixed. 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, confirming a bullish trend. Hey, April E. So the question is, will ET hit $13 in June? I believe that's a yes. Let me just double check. It was the SAT card. Double check my notes and make sure. Which you can do on the website tarotfortraders.com. If you don't know, guys, there's tarot card information there. If you really want the detailed info, we sell the book, the ebook. It's on sale for $33 right now, normally $55. It's like the only book of its depth on the subject. There's maybe 4 other books. They don't even come close. SAT card, 10 of Cups is a yes. Yeah, so I got a yes for that. You should see $13 in June. How does AMD look next week? It's looking pretty mixed. There's an opportunity to open a long position on Wednesday in the midst of a decline, it looks like. Probably close that on Friday. That was AMD. Hey, Proof. It's kind of hard to put it like for me to answer that question because you're talking about all the altcoins and they're not all gonna bottom at the same exact time. So for me to answer that question, I need you to get a little bit more specific about which altcoins. I could say the majority of them will bottom. Let's see. Looks like the majority of them of the altcoins bottom in October, like the mid part of October. That's the majority of altcoins. June 25th. Do I see something bearish with crypto around June 25th, plus or minus a few days? Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Matter of fact, let's take a look at Ethereum because I've got the dailies for Ethereum. I'm just thinking about like how much work it took for me to do these. And like that comment that guy made the other day about smoke and mirrors. Like, yeah, I'm going to waste that kind of time. What a fool. So yeah, it's looking pretty bearish on the 25th. Opportunity at the end of the day. It looks like we go from a low to a high. Or a low to like a peak or crest there and a trade opportunity at the end of the day. Like we're talking like the last 4 hours of the 25th. Looks like probably starts on the 24th, moves into the 25th. 26th seems to be bullish. Hey, Robert. Tesla on Monday. Hey, let's see. Yeah, it's looking definitively bearish there. Let's take a look and see how accurate we are with this Tesla reading. Might be off here. Tesla's a hard one to read. Sometimes we nail it, and sometimes we're like, we get really frustrated. Because, what am I doing? That's the wrong thing. So, let's see. In fact, let's do this. All right, so we're seeing bearish price swings. I think we probably have a gap down on the 12th. I would say if it follows suit with what other readings are saying, there's a notable gap down over the weekend. Either that, or we see a decline through multiple support levels on the 12th, especially towards the end of the day, moving into a trough midday on the 13th with some sideways rotation. Probably a lower price level right around the cusp of the 13th, 14th. And you see here around the 15th, 16th, I have this kind of isolated as possible location of low as well. So that also follows suit with what we were talking about with the S&P. Super Bowl for Jets in 2050. Let's see. I think they might actually have a good year, but not make it that far. That's what it looked like. For crypto, next few weeks, let's take a look here. Whew. So peak, trough, peak. Looks like maybe we were off, or that's the double low we were talking about, right? Double low, that's what it is. So right here we have that double low, and it was on the fifth, sixth, where we have it on the fourth, fifth. So we were a little bit off, but then it goes into a trough. Trough on the sixth, trough on the crest on the sixth, crest on the seventh. It's pretty mixed over the next like week or so, but eventually we should see a higher price level around the 23rd. It's really pretty mixed here over the next 10 days or so. I'd say the 9th is an opportunity to open up a long position, and you could probably close that long position. You could probably close that long position on the 11th or the 12th. What you'd be looking for is a prominent move through resistance on a multi-day chart. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through the same price level with a full retracement. That should take place near an important trough, like it'll be a crest, an important crest that forms near an important trough, so within close time proximity to each other. Oh, okay, AV, I'll take a look. I didn't see it. I'll take a look. I don't check my email as much as I should. Ooh, clear kinetics. It looks like we see 440 before we see 420, or excuse me, we see 4,400 before we see 4,200 on SPX. Oh, which stock, Proof? Which one are you talking about? Which one did you want me to do the path for? AVCTQ for April 2024. I'm going to take a look at the AVCTQ in a second. Appreciate that order you put through earlier. I'm going to get on that in just the next couple of days here. Oh, okay. I totally misread your question, Proof. I got a no for that, Carolyn. We should still see bull runs in crypto. I think your concern, if I'm understanding correctly, your concern is that AI coins will make cryptos obsolete, kind of like the way the iPod made mini disc players obsolete. I think they probably there's some crypto that'll be safe from anything like that taking place. It'll just be necessary. All right, so the ticker path for next few weeks. For next week, oops. Trend line breaking through horizontal resistance to meet a second resistance, then we pull back to somewhere between those two. Week of the 19th, we have a notable fake out. This is probably like an early drop or something. It's a notable fake out. Give me some trend direction here. And then a big move to the upside. That's the 19th. The week of the 19th, excuse me. And then the week of the 26th, we declined to revisit a support level that we recently met once before. So probably a support level we saw around the week of the 12th through the 16th. And that's path. All right, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to take my dog for a walk at the dog park. We got some fresh air, if you can say that about New York City. As always, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that are new, just want to make you aware there is a rule of karma. It's an unwritten rule of the channel. We hope that you follow. We call you the people that follow that. We call you guys angel investors because you're investing, but you're also somebody's angel, right? You're taking 5% of the profits from the information on this channel, and you're donating it back to one of these, or forward to one of these charities, guaranteeing abundance mentality. You're donating 5% of the profits back to the channel here to support the channel and guarantee gratitude mentality. And then as long as you keep that conscience clear, you spend that money out of love, universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel. Other ways you can support the channel, guys. We're getting there. We need about just under $2,000 more recurring in subscriptions per month to really solidify like a stable foundation for our business. So anybody thinking about possibly subscribing, much appreciation for you if you go ahead and do that. Much appreciation either way, but would really appreciate the support. And you do that here at Eso-Meta. Posts monthly subscription. Well, first off, there's early access where you get everything that's free on YouTube comes posted early here at early access, $29 a month. And then the monthly subscriptions are $111 a month with sales and what best trades we see for the month for each of these, usually between 3 to 8 minutes of information. If you like more than one of these and you want to subscribe, it makes sense to get the 250. And that's pretty popular. We don't see cancellations. We don't see cancellations due to anybody like not appreciating the information for whatever. And remember, we're not always right, but you can generally, the majority of the information is going to be accurate, even if we're like off on a high and a low for the month, which tends to happen more frequently than maybe just the overall day-to-day chart behavior would be wrong. So, there's a lot of different components. Just because one little piece of the reading is wrong doesn't mean the rest of it is. In most cases, the rest of it is still going to be very accurate. That's just how it works. Thanks again, my friends, for watching. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you on Monday.